What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Speak Your Mind podcast, or the SYMPcast. I'm Jack Clayton, not your normal host. Humza's behind the camera today. I'm teaching him how to do my job, how to produce, because we have a very special guest with us today, Lê Khoa, singer, songwriter, and all-around just swell person. How you doing today, buddy?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm great. It's exciting to finally... We've been trying to plan this for a while now because you're going to be moving here soon, so we definitely needed to get it recorded before that happens.
Yes. This is very like last minute interview, and I trying to, destroy your phone with like, hey, what day we should do and what time we should do, just because I have to move out of the town, Wichita, to go to LA on July 4. So
go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you're doing. In California.
I'm gonna move there, and I'm gonna live right downtown LA, and basically just find the opportunity to perform, to do music and produce the music. Basically, that's what I'm doing, and I'm sharing the room for sure with my sister. So I have a home over there.
So you're gonna be making it like a full-time job out there, music?
Trying to. Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, that's actually great because you've got your first ever album coming out. Well, yes. By the time this is out, it'll already be out. Humanity. We've got the CD here. First of all, I think it's super cool that you're doing physical media still in a time where everything is streaming. What made you want to do CDs and eventually vinyl? Because you mentioned beforehand that you're going to be doing some vinyls.
Yes, vinyl and a 3D copy of the human head, paper wrap. It's like a. Do you remember my album War? I do like a pyramid. I don't have it here, but that is one of the ideas that I want to do for the deluxe edition of Humanity. So the reason I do physical copy right nowadays is like, a lot of people doing music with just online, Spotify, iTunes, or YouTube, or whatever. But I just like something when I love, for example, when I see Beyonce performance, I always want to keep something on my hand. For example, like a merchandise, like a T-shirt, like a copy, physical copy. So I want to do the CD same way with my audience, with my like the fans who follow me, and that's why I keep to do physical copy. And I know that it's actually coming back. The trend is actually coming back. There's a lot of people nowadays hunting for this physical copy of the artist. That's the reason why I kept Humanity physical copy, and I hope everybody like it. Well, both I already sell 500 copy for this album in Vietnam.
That's amazing.
And there's a lot of things going on this year. Actually, I'm working on this album really, really hard.
Because this is your first official album, correct?
This is my first official pop album in America.
Okay.
I have one official album, pop culture. It's called traditional pop music, but it's Vietnamese language. And that is my first album. Is 5 years ago. Okay. It's 5 years. 2018.
Okay.
I don't know how to count now.
How big is your audience in Vietnam compared to here in the States?
How it's busy? How
do you have a bigger fan base in Vietnam?
Actually a lot of fan base in Vietnam. At that time when I released the album, the Red album, because I was the X Factor contestant.
Really?
Yes.
That's super cool.
You don't want to look it up. That. You don't want to look it up.
Oh, we're definitely.
It was really bad. It was really bad because I'm on the top 10 of the X Factor in this year, in that year 2014. But in Vietnam, the culture is more very like traditional and like formal. So when you're talking to the person who older than you, you have to be like, oh, bow your head and stuff like that. But I didn't do that. So the judge was really like attacked me at that moment, and I get a lot of rock during that time to be not respect to the judge, and that's why I get famous. But then after 2 years after that, I released the album. It's called Lê Khoa Hát Lên Mình Sung. It's like Lê Khoa singing another producer songs. So a lot of fans in Vietnam that follow me since then.
Nice.
Until now, yeah.
So I actually don't know this. Are you from Vietnam?
I am.
Okay, so you're born in Vietnam?
I was born in Vietnam, raised in Vietnam until 2016, which I am 20 years old. And then I moved to America.
What brought you here?
My sister. Okay. So she's working for the base, and then she have the sponsorship for the whole family to come over, and then I come over here.
Nice.
With at that time I was like, okay, let's do for it, because this is the American dreams. And when I come here and she say, oh, Wichita, Kansas, and I say, I didn't know that American have this stage. That's interesting. I just know Texas. And so when I, and it's just like, when I come over here, so everything closes at 8:30 or 9 p.m. I was like, okay, so this is like a countryside. And so I was a lot of culture shock when I come to Wichita, Kansas, and didn't have any friends. I have a really bad time, like around 2 years, get a very depressions, really bad, like really, really bad. My face is break out, and the mood is going down. I cannot write any music, stuff like that. Being bad time.
Anyone who knows you or knows your work knows that your looks are very out there. Was that an issue with how formal things were in Vietnam? Was that an issue? Were you performing with the looks that you have today there as well? And was that an issue then as well?
So in Vietnam, they very interesting. So for in the family culture, they want to accept that. So they want to accept how you are, how you look like. This is more like a Asian culture, not just Vietnam, but like in the family, they not really accept, oh, you have to be a man, you have to be a girl, stuff like that. But with the audience, they're very cool with that. With the audience, they very support the artistic of the artist. They're not trying to bring the artist to any formal or role model that they want to be. So is that make sense? So in the family, they may say no to you, but in the audience, they will accept who you are.
Yeah.
So easily.
Did you find it a lot easier for audiences to accept you when coming over to the States as well with your looks and whatnot?
No.
Really?
No, I actually not. 2016, I came here and I tried to go out a lot to perform and asking for perform, like hunting to perform, begging to perform. But nobody trusts me. Nobody that trusts the Asian singer with the weird looking, with the pop music, with electronic music, with the band. Nobody believed that until I performed in Wichita Pride Fest on 2021. I think so. I think
last
so.
year?
I think last year. And I get booked crazy after that. So maybe I feel like one of my friend Aaron Underwood, he's one of my good friend in town, and he said you break the barrier. And I think that's just lucky for me to break that barrier, because I tried to reach out to a lot of people, but I got ignored. No pick a phone, no answer, stuff like that. It's really bad. So I don't think in here they accept me easy, like where I was.
Well, they're definitely accepting you now because we've got Humanity coming out, and there seems to be a lot of hype for it that you've generated, and I've seen a lot of people really excited for it as well.
Yeah, I surprised. I really surprised because in the last show I performed at Wave on April, and the last couple of weeks ago I performed at a queer festival and the show in Brickyard. It's a lot of audience will come to me and they showing me the real humanity. Like they're so beautiful. Not just because they love my music, it's because I feel like they can enjoy the moment when they saw our performance. Like I feel in their eyes that there's no racist, there's no discrimination, there's no a stereotype that can stop them to enjoy the night with me. And that is a beautiful thing that I want to. That's why I do Humanity, by the way, because when the Humanity is, I wrote the album since 2013, so like I would say 9 years ago, but I didn't have opportunity to release it yet because there's not there yet. I don't feel the pain yet. I just writing on paper and music and feel good and stuff like that. But I don't have that actual experience until I moved to America. And I see, been past couple years, we have Black Lives Matter hate Asian. We have a lot of things that destroyed humanity, and I feel like, oh, actually, this is a time for me to release the album that I've been trying to build and trying to develop day by day. And I feel like this is a time for me to release this, and it's a time for me to give the good message for the audience.
Do you think that through releasing this, you're going to, I don't want to use the word inspiration, but do you think that it's going to inspire a lot of people to kind of like see themselves for who they are and to really accept themselves?
That is that is actually my dreams, because release the album is actually for me. But when our album is coming out, it's actually for my audience, where I want my audience to love themselves, to find their identify. Nobody can identify them, but just them. And then, trust on what they're doing, trust on how they're doing and stuff like that. That is very most important things that I want to do in humanity. And Definitely. I bring it up for my audience. So inspire people.
Was it intentional to release the album during Pride Month as well? Was that always something that you planned on doing?
Yes. For the first thing, I was doing the, let's go back to 2019. I'm doing the release for What Have We Done to Our music videos with Matthew Zedder at the Starlight Drive-In. Nice. It was the first kick because the guy manager that plays his name Davis, and he said nobody since this place opened 40 years or 50 years ago, nobody doing any concert in Starlight Drive-In in Wichita. You are first person. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. And since then, I always think we need to release that year's on 2019, but things just keep going crazy, and I didn't have chance to do that. But then after that, I feel like, 2022 is actually my years. We're counting on a number and everything. Asian culture, they have a really good of like counting a number, how you do and stuff like that in your life in the future. So I think, okay, 2022 is a good years. And then the number 24, June, is actually the beautiful number for release the album. So I feel like, let's do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I actually don't think I know this either, but what is it that drew you to performing in drag in the first place?
I don't want to say drag though.
Okay.
Because, well, you can say that because that is the one word that can identify what is the type of performance.
Sure.
But when I bring up the look like this, I always have the inspiration of Queen.
Okay.
Of Freddie Mercury, of Prince, for sure Lady Gaga or Madonna or Michael Jackson, where I just want the beauty of the human inside bright through. Yes. At the end of the day, where people trying to push you down and stuff like that, no matter what they say, you shine through. And that's why I choose this look. I chose to be a human, a human being, not a girl or a guy or a drag queen. So like when I'm Lê Khoa or like anybody else, you are Jack Clayton, and we are unmarkable, and nobody can replace who you are, who you look. And that's why I choose, okay, if you identify I'm a girl, I'm a girl. If you identify I'm a boy, but I know who I am.
Absolutely.
So that's why I choose to look like this on stage, and I think it's inspire a lot of people.
That's great.
They come to me and they, there's a girl, the last show at the Queer Fest, there's a girl come to me, I'm really appreciative what you're doing. You inspire a lot of people. That actually make my heart very like warm. And I feel like, love is still here. And there's some people that still listen to me. And that make my tears like almost to come out. But it's really beautiful moment to finally know who you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about humanity for a little bit. We're talking a little bit about like what's inspired you to write, but what are some of like the biggest themes that you would say are prevalent throughout the entire album?
The humanity album is a big topic. And let me just go from the top. I think humanity album is talk about the lack of humanity. So where people, I using discrimination to stop. I using discrimination to stop discrimination. So I bring out the topic that make people have to think about that make people have to fight for it, and they have to listen to the album more personally, instead of just listen to the radio and enjoy the time and everything. It's more like listening. So the album Humanity, for entire meaning behind that is the lack of humanity. I want to bring it up, how discrimination destroy humanity, how races destroy humanity, stigma, abandonment, everything that against humanity. So now let's talk about the song that I just released on June 14, Take Me to the River. That is the third single from the album. It's basically talking about, it's very heavy topic. I don't know if it's gonna be shown on YouTube though, but I was born in the Buddha family. It's not make me a Buddha. What it make me is when I find myself what I trust in. And in America, a lot of Catholic family, Christian family, Hindu family, or Buddhist family, but all of that, it just make the culture. It's not make your belief. What you believe is have to be finding your own belief and fight for it and find your own way to go to your God. So basically, the meaning of the album is like layer and layer and layer. It's very deep down of humanity. So when a lot of people asking me, what is the main thing about humanity? I don't know. It's everything. It's basically everything to bring people to live for themselves and actually knowledge about that. That's what it is.
Would you consider this a conscious pop album? Kind of
this is contemporary pop music.
But like you're saying, like you have to go deep into the album and really get into the nitty gritty. That's kind of like related to like how there's conscious hip hop, like J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar.
Oh yes.
Or something. Would you consider this kind of like conscious pop?
I don't know that word until you brought it up. Thank you so much. I don't know that word, but I think that is really good.
That summarizes it.
Yeah, it's really good for like describe what is the album is about. Thank you for that. Yeah, that I think so.
I know from talking to you a lot that religion is, when we were just mentioning that, but religion also plays a fact on the entire album as well. Is that true?
No. The album is it's like everything of, so the album is like 11 songs, and each song is a different meaning of different things of humanity. Okay. For example, Fireheart. For Fireheart is mean some people try to push you down, some people like hater. That's why I do the t-shirt to say fuck hater. And so that song is like, oh, live yourself, like live your life. Take Me to the River is talking about, Take Me to the River is like more like religions thing. So you have to fight yourself, not the religions give it to you, or some people manipulate your mind to make you believe in something that you don't want to believe. Or Hope is talking about stigma, discrimination, people trying to, stop you from what you dream. So it's every angle of this world nowadays. So they very big topic, and not just talk about religions, it's talk about everything in this world nowadays.
What would you say was the hardest topic to kind of conceptualize for the album? Whether it was just hard to talk about, or it was kind of just like weighing down on you just because you were having to write about it.
Yes.
Was there anything that did that for you?
I think this is a good talk show to talk about this topic. SYMPcast. I got a SYMPcast. I got it.
You got it.
So it's talk, it's really, I know this is not possible to share nowadays in social media or, in any platform, because it's a heavy topic. And now it's not like, oh, I hate you because you are this, you are that. Not like that anymore. Now discrimination is on the next level where you and I and somebody else enroll the job or apply for a job. They will pick the person they like in their mind, which I call that is a glass ceiling, glass rooftop. You can see it, you cannot see it, but they're still there. They identify who you are in their own role model. And so humanity is talking about that type of discrimination. And it's really hard. It's really hard to speak out like this. It's really hard to say for some people out there about this topic because maybe they experience that, but they don't have the good statement to bring out for anybody what they've been through. And we are an artist. We have to have that sensitive to empathy, what people are nowadays, been through, and write the music about that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like for example, I've been through a lot. I was like, okay, let me speak very straight. This nothing to destroy or anything, but hear me out. I have my friends right here. He's a white guy. I have another friend. He's a black guy. And I'm an Asian guy who came from Vietnam, right? If we all apply, let the audience answer this. If we all apply for a job in the America, let's just do calculation or whatever. Who they're gonna pick? Is they gonna pick a white guy? They're gonna pick a black guy? Or they're gonna pick the Asian guy from another country? You answer that. You see what I'm saying?
I don't think I'm allowed to answer that.
I know.
You're allowed.
I mean, because I said you are my friend.
Yes.
And I talking like this is all respect. Nothing wrong with you.
Right.
Nothing wrong with America culture. Nothing wrong with white people or black people or Asian people. Nothing wrong with that. This is more in the stereotype of human, and human destroy human. And that's what is discriminate the glass rooftop that we're talking about. This rooftop, you can see there's like a stop, but if you see the glass, you don't see anything. You see the sky, but it's actually stop you from being yourself. That pain in the ass. I would say that's really painful to me, and I experienced that because when I'm doing this album, nobody trusts me. Nobody trusts you, Asian. You don't know how to sing English. That's first thing I did hear about that. And I was like, okay, that's pain. That's true too.
Did you have to learn English when you came over to the States, or did you know it already in Vietnam?
I did. This is my second language in Vietnam, but it's completely different. When I come to America, there's a lot of slang. But I mean, so go back to your question about humanity. You see, discrimination is growing up just like human. They're not like back in the day anymore. They're not like, oh, I hate you because, Black Lives Matter or you are LGBT. They're not saying that. But there's something that it will stop you to being closer, to be successful. And so I'm right here. We are right here. This generation right here would change the world in our own mind to change the world. It's not like, oh, I'm stand up, fight for the world. Nothing like that. But it's more like we change our mind so our kid will change. That's what humanity is. It's very humanity.
A lot of the interactions since especially COVID have been online and on Twitter. Are you active on Twitter?
I don't have Twitter.
Good.
That's very good.
What? Is that really? I tried to get one, but
Twitter is a cesspool. Don't do it.
And I think that's where the most racism happens. Is
Absolutely.
online.
Oh my
Not even in real
goodness.
life. Like, we're all chilling here. We're all different ethnicities, and online we wouldn't know each other, and we just spew hate. But once you see people face to face, you look them in the eyes, and you see you're the same person, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see. I see what he's saying. That was the problem. We call that hero of keyboard.
Keyboard warrior.
Keyboard hero.
Yes.
Is that what they say?
I think it's like keyboard warrior or something.
Warrior, whatever.
Yeah.
They
Twitter fingers.
Twitter fingers. No, Twitter is the worst. Don't ever get Twitter because no matter what community you're in, because like I'm in a lot of like the movie or film or like comic book communities on Twitter, it's so toxic.
I know.
Because you can't have, if you don't have the same opinion as someone else, then you're immediately gone, done. And that's not just for that. It's every community whatsoever.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a thing with social media in general.
In general, exactly.
Especially.
I tried, to be honest with you guys, I really hate social media.
Yes.
I really hate it. Like, I'm truly hate it.
Yeah.
Because they are like, make everything the same. Make everything the same.
Yeah, everything is like TikTok now. Like,
exactly.
when you scroll through, it's just like TikTok.
Yeah.
I appreciate TikTok to a degree because I'm very ADD. I have the shortest attention span you'll ever find on someone. And so being able to just like scroll through so much stuff at one time, that's great for me. But when everything becomes like that, then
it's just like fast and like shallow.
Yes.
Everybody.
That's the word, shallow.
Shallow.
That's what social media is.
Because you don't learn anything.
Nope.
What you do is you just looking a hot guy or hot girl dancing on the TikTok and showing you the contents to enjoy your life. And after that, what's next? You gonna masturbating or something? What is going on? But
now this is the SYMPcast.
I think you're exposing your For You page here.
I'm really sorry, guys. I'm really straight up word, and I don't have a lot of word in my like because I'm not foreigner. I mean I'm not what is that called, native.
Right.
I'm foreigner, so I don't have a lot of word to go around. Like a lot of my friends really good of like going around and talking about a topic that they don't want to talk about, but they want to focus on that. But my thing is like when I'm thinking in my mind, I gotta spit it out. So that's why I say again,
SYMPcast. We had to teach Khoa what a simp was before we were airing, and it was actually quite funny.
But yeah, I'm so welcome to learn all of that. It's very exciting, actually. that name.
Like how we were saying, how Twitter is like everyone. You need to have the same kind of opinion.
Yeah.
Do you feel that in the society of Vietnam, like everyone needs to be like the same, or else you get cast away?
Nobody is like anybody. Nobody, even they are twins. I mean by that is everything opinions you can keep for yourself. What you need to bring it out there on social media nowadays is a positive energy. If you cannot do that, then don't say anything. Because if you bring it up, the topic, and you can find the way to solve the problem, then you bring up the negative topic, and then you solve the problem. Oh, this is what happened. What we do after that? Just don't, I hate this. Everybody hate this like me. And then what?
Yeah, no solutions are offered.
And then what? Why do we do that? Why do we do that? And then I don't say the kid, it's so far. I say your brother, your younger sister, or my younger sister. If they see that comment, do they adult enough to learn, oh, this is the bad content, I should not follow? No, they're not going to do that. They're going to just follow you. And then what they do is they screw up the whole generation if you are not control what you're saying on Twitter or whatever that social media.
So it's not even really social media. It's just the internet, especially.
In general.
It's just the internet in general.
But, we can just not say that social media is not helping the career.
Right.
Yet it is. Yes, it is. Because 99% people now in the world have social media. And they are using that every single day.
Well, that's also how exposure is done, especially for people like Humza and I who are in film and video. That's how people are seen nowadays, is through that. It's like a needle in a haystack now, though, because everyone is doing it. But it's just a massive market. And do you think that that's the same when it comes to music?
That's what I'm talking about. So like, let me go to like TVMA or Keo, one of my good friends in town. They are great musicians.
Yes,
they are like intelligent, like they're really good, but because they don't have a lot of follower and a lot of listener on social media, and immediately everybody don't know who they are and think that they're not good enough. And like for example, like for me, I'll take an example for me. I don't have a lot of like 1,000 or million followers on Instagram.
How many followers do you have? Flex a little bit.
Flex it.
Let's just only like.
You have more than me. That's
It's like 800 people.
That's probably more than both of us combined.
honestly, it's probably
That's
both of
funny.
us combined.
I mean, look at that. Like, I did talk to the record label, and they asked me. First question is, how many followers do you have? And then I showed their follower, and then they say, oh, actually, you are not the artist that we can. Do you see the problem is like that's why I bring up Keo and TV May. They're really good musicians, but it's really hard for them to get closer to the music industry. It's because of a number, and that's you see how stupid it is.
I think the point is Lê Khoa needs to get some follower bots so we can get his followers up so we can get him a record label out in Cali.
I would love to, guys. Lê Khoa .artist.
Everyone go follow Lê Khoa. Craig, go follow Lê Khoa.
Craig Franklin, go follow Lê Khoa right now.
Craig Franklin's our buddy. He's like our number one fan. He's definitely going to be watching.
Bravo?
Craig.
Oh, Craig. Oh.
We just name dropped the shit
Franklin
out
is
of
his
him.
last name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, Craig is he's one of our good friends. He listens to all of our episodes, so he'll probably definitely be checking you out after this. So, Craig, go follow Lê Khoa. Everyone else go follow Lê Khoa as well.
I talked to my music consult, Humax. He say, what are you gonna do for this album? I say, even one person in the room, and they wanna listen to me, I'm gonna sing until the end. So, Greg, if you are listen to this podcast, share it. If not, have it for yourself and listen to it. I mean, why not? This is a good time to like sharing a good topic about everything, right?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about after humanity, what you're thinking of doing. So, like, you're moving to California. You're hoping to do music full time out there. Do you already have anything planned for the future of like what you're going to be making?
I already think about this question 2 years ago when I about to release Humanity. I shot, right? It's in the past. I shot 7 music videos.
Yes.
And I released 3 music videos. Oh no, I'm like 4 music videos. What have we done? Remix, the regular one, Fireheart, Take Me to River. So 4 is already out. And
we did. Well, I helped with the. I didn't direct that one, but Take Me to the River helped you out with that one.
Yes,
it was a great time.
Yeah, it is. It's a little bit cold at that time, but
it was. It's a great time. And I got to dump a bunch of water on him at the end of the night, which felt very nice.
Yeah.
And I have to prepare for when I move to LA. I'm not gonna disappear from Wichita. I just move.
You better not.
Yeah. I will not.
He's gonna go to Cali and then be like, Jack who, Humza who, SYMPcast who. I'm in Cali now, y'all.
No, let me tell you that. Everybody, I have a lot of friends that telling me that. I say, trust me on this one. In this process, I really hard when I'm stick with somebody. When I know it's actually my culture. When I know somebody. When I'm talking to somebody or when I like get to know somebody, it's not just pass through my life like anybody.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna keep them like a good friends in my mind. And so I show that respect and I show that real is when I'm always connect to them, talk to them, communicate with them.
We have a bunch of people in our group that we work with that are the exact same way.
Yeah. That's the beautiful things of how you guys keep the team together, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, I better hear from you when you're in California.
Yeah, we will walk across the desert to find you in California.
Facts.
I'm like a camel. I can store water in my back.
Camel?
And that's not because I'm Arab. Go ahead.
So let's talk a little bit about like your music videos and just like were these your first ever music videos, specifically the ones for this album?
Fireheart. No. What have we done is my first music videos. And this was like 120 3K view on YouTube without
Sheesh.
without promotion. This is true, y'all.
So are you saying that you're gonna be giving the SYMPcast an audience?
I hope so. I hope
My
so.
God, we could use it.
If you are out there and listen to this podcast, if you are my audience, please support them, because I don't know where's the I did pay for Google ads and YouTube ads and trying to get promotion, but look, I don't have that much money, so I stopped that for a long time, and then last year the number is going like whew, like after the night, like Mr. Greg William from 93.5 was calling me, Miss Janice from 93.5 was calling me.
Oh snap!
About the song, about what happened to our music videos, and it's just like I call Matt and I say, hey Matt, I need to do the ramen noodle music videos. What do you mean by ramen noodle? I say quick and fast. Like, just do it. Like, can you help me? Because that during COVID. So I just say, release it immediately. And so after a 6 month or a year after that release, it's like, it's going crazy. And then Fireheart is kind of like follow that role now, like where I get 14K views on YouTube. It just happened, and I think that's very cool.
It's beautiful. You got to spend money to make money.
I think so.
But it's also earned because you're putting a lot. Yes. I've seen the work that you're putting into everything, and I'm gonna put up some images right here of some of like the images that you shared with me for everything going along with this album. A lot of hard work went into this.
It is.
So you ought to be getting the views that you are getting. It's very well earned. I will say that.
I just all I know is I share it to Google ads and YouTube ads. That's all I know about, because I don't have any company that helping me to streaming the music, and I just have like DIY, and I don't know what to do. That's all I need to say. Okay, this is my money, take it and do it. What you need to do, and so they're just coming up because the audience is actually engaged in the videos and actually giving me the views and review on that. I think I most appreciate my audience out there.
Did you find any difficulty in the production process of all these music videos or anything? Did you find it like different from performing on a stage where you go out, you do it once, and then you walk off stage? Whereas like for Take Me to the River, we were doing specific parts of a verse over and over and over again.
That's my fault.
Well, no. That's part of any video. You want to get multiple takes. So that you can have multiple good ones to pick and choose from when you're editing, but you're going through the same song throughout that time. Did you find that to be like difficult or anything at all? Just because instead of doing a one and done, you're doing the same thing over and over throughout the entire shoot, which for us lasted from like, what was it, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon all the way to like midnight.
Yeah, and that I remember that. It's like, and I have to shower. Right. Like, he sprayed the water on top of my head. And how many degree outside? 50?
It was still spring, so it was like in the 60s.
Around 60, and I feel like almost 23.
I also should note that I didn't really. I was a little merciless when I was spraying the water.
It was like, there you go. This is what you wish.
Like, yep.
He said, there you go. Quad, remember. What do you say? You say, remember, Quad, this is what you want, right?
Yeah. I was like, this is what you wanted.
So no regret. And so talk about the music videos and album. I'm an executive producer.
Yes.
So I'm doing basically everything. I just say, okay, Lê Khoa production is mean only me actually, but I'm hiring a lot of people around that and help me to do my idea. The thing is, it's really difficult for me to do the music videos. Like, I directed, I executive produced it, and I have to find the right person to say, this is my idea. Can you make that come true? Because I'm artist and my head is over the rainbow.
Yeah.
Those people who technician, videographer behind the camera, they know what is can what they can make it happen, what cannot. And so I have to find the right person. That's pain in the ass because I don't know a lot of people here in town. And since I know Brand Martin, he do my music videos.
Very talented.
And I say, Brand, you gotta help me to do this in like next week. And he say, are you sure? I say, yeah, I have Jack Clayton. He from New Spring Church. He may help me some too. Yeah, we get some help. And so finally we make it happen. So to answer the question that is that hard? Oh gosh, I don't know how to answer that. Is beyond hard.
Yeah, it was a great collaborative process too because I'd never worked with Brent before, but I got to make that connection, and so that was great as well. And so, you are a lucky son of a gun because you just so happen
I'm just lucky.
Yeah,
really lucky. You remember my song Fireheart when I'm laying on the coffin outside? It was 10 degrees. You see the grass outside is death, but nobody think it was 10 degrees. And it's a little bit not rainy, but what is that called? Like they are
sleet,
whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so we are about to shoot the video on that day, but we planned like a week ago. We don't know that day is gonna be like that,
right?
Because it's during like late fall, like fall, around fall. And then when we go out there, we dig the hole. That was the backyard of my friends. He make me do that. He let me do that. And so we dig the hole. And then the artist from Kansas City, her name is Becca, with her partner is Hayden Park. They drove from Kansas City and ordered all the real flower, to go to the location and do the artwork on that day. And I have to stop by the highway. I think it's K96 or whatever. Yep. There's like a flower, the yellow flower is coming up of fall.
Dandelion?
I stopped by, I cut it. I used that. Do you see? It's like I'm doing everything for art. Like I stop by the highway going down and cut all of that because I know they're going to throw it away. So I got to cut all that like this big and then put it on a car. And then that's how I get the picture. If you can show it in the videos right here.
Sure.
YouTube videos, Fireheart, I'm laying the coffin. That's all real flower. All real. So it's like...
So you have inspiration just hitting you all day long, just new idea after new idea.
I think so. And that's why I say I'm lucky. Because, I don't know, whenever I wrote the song, I was thinking the contents. I was thinking, what do I do to promote this song? What should I do? And after the song came out, what else? So I always have the inspiration of the contents and whatever the idea that I need to do. So actually working with me for videographer, I don't know, is that easy for you? I need to hear right here. Is that actually helping you a little bit?
It's easier when you know what you want because we've worked with artists in the past, Humza and I have, who don't necessarily know what they want, and so it's kind of more on us to kind of take the super vague idea that there is, and be like, okay, how do we turn this into something? And then, but since it's coming from us, you know, and not from the artist directly, it could go one of two ways. Either, yes, they'll like it, or no, they won't. And then it'll be like, okay, so what did you want in the first place? But for the most part, like, especially with you, you know what you want. And that's always, like, from a director, videographer, whatever perspective, that's the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Because then whatever you're trying to work on doesn't also become the videographer or the director's art. It's still yours. You know, if you leave it to other people, then it's going to become their art and their vision, and it might distort what you're trying to work on.
That's what make me hard to find the videographer back in the day, because it's crashing. Because when I'm say this is my idea, and then the videographer, this is my idea, and then it's not finding the pathway. It's not the same way to go to the one direction.
Well, that's also the sign of a bad videographer, because that's your job, is to literally take the idea of the artist.
But that's hard because the opinion, especially in that's why I love to live here in America. They put themselves up first and opinion first, which will giving the arts the best. because where they can showing without any layer, without any like, oh, I have to be look like this artist, or I have to be look like that artist to be famous. They just like, oh, I'm first. This is me, and that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's like it's easy to work with. Sometimes it's really hard to work with. So like, cool thing is, we have that.
Yeah, I feel like you may find some difficult people to work with in LA too.
Oh, you're most definitely, yeah.
Everybody in Kansas is pretty laid back, pretty humble. But once you get out to LA, I feel like
you're going into the belly of the beast, my friend.
I totally feel you guys because I'm from Saigon, and that is the biggest city in my hometown. It's like that. It's just like that because they people like fast. Mm-hmm. They try to get through. They try to be. They very. I have to like find the right. What is that called? Prejudices. Prejudice.
Yeah.
Prejudice.
Prejudice is like. That's.
Is that a word?
Yeah, prejudice. Yeah, I don't know the official definition.
You mean like super deep?
Prejudice is mean if you pay for my gas, I come to you. I'm not gonna come to you if you don't give me anything.
So everybody's just trying to get something.
Yeah,
like that.
They just hop around and try to take something. Opportunist,
I guess.
I don't know.
I feel like that's the best. You're talking to filmmakers, not wordsmiths.
But you see what I'm talking about. And people live in my home in Saigon is the same way. You have to have something to trade with them. Yeah, they're not gonna help you.
Yeah.
For like Jack, to be honest with you, the Take Me to River music video, Jack and Brand is more like helping me more than what they receive, because they're supporting me. Yes, it is some kind of fee that I need to give it to them to support my art, but that is because come from me. But them, they never asking anything for themselves, and it's really hard to find LA. Nobody like that.
Well, it's also a trust thing here as well, because we know that you're not going to just like shaft us, really. Plus, you've got an audience that I especially don't have, so that's gonna open that's gonna open me to them. They're gonna see me and see that this is something that they could look into for their own stuff as well.
Yeah.
So really, there wasn't a financial transaction between us. Wasn't expecting that in the first place, but it was a great experience. Number one, to work with another artist in Wichita, because artists in Wichita, for the most part, they're pretty great. Some of them aren't.
You find a lot more people that their second thing is kind of being an artist.
Mm-hmm.
You find better people rather than like a top artist. You know what I mean?
Yes, very well.
Exactly. Yeah, I see what you.
You find good people, and then you find the artist in the person first.
Absolutely. Yeah,
and it's really hard to find an artist like that to work with.
Let me ask you this, because I know that yes, LA is like the place to go if you're an artist, whether it's music, film, whatever. But why did you pick LA over someplace like Nashville, where music lives and breathes through a place like that?
I don't know, because I always want to go to New York. But since I came here and I learned, okay, New York is more like a high class music.
It's so expensive.
Yeah, like it's like high class life. Not just about the living, it's all about like music too. A lot of Broadway music there, jazz music, like on that side. But on LA, it's more like entertainment. It's more like visual art. It's more like pop music, pop culture is in LA. So one of the reason I want to, let's just go to LA this time is because of that. It's because of the culture, the musicians in LA. That's the first thing. The second thing is my sister lived very close to LA. She lived in Garden Grove, which 45 minutes away from LA. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I just,
Don't you mean 3 hours from LA? Because you got to drive there.
I meant that because it was crazy. One time not one time. It's like last month on last month on May, I was go to visit my sister and go to move my stuff there. Me and my sister drove from, let's say, 10 a.m. from Garden Grove, and we're heading to LA. And on the map they say 40 minutes. And then when I got into LA, like about to hit, go into the city, it was a stop.
Yep.
When I say it's a stop,
Yep.
it's a stop. It's not a roll at all. And me and my sister we brought some boba tea and put it on the car, and we know that she know that gonna happen, so she brought some food too. And so we are basically eating on the highway. I saw the guys like going out he going out and he switched the drive on the highway.
Yep.
And it stopped. It's not rolling until 12 p.m. So
Have you
it's
seen the
like,
movie La La Land?
I did.
I was just
It's like the opening scene in
Oh
that.
my god, yeah, exactly like that. So I
Yeah.
feel like, you was right about like 3 hours from
Yep.
Garden Grove.
And
Yeah.
I've never even been to LA. I've been in Wichita
You
all
should
my life.
go. That's actually. Well, no, they don't have subway. They don't have subway there. But you have. I think they have chain.
Drivers in California, not just LA, but drivers in California are completely different than they are from
Oh
Kansas
yeah,
as well.
but actually it's helping my driving skill, because in California when they say 60, it's actually 90.
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah, I was driving through Dallas, Texas a
Yes.
couple weeks ago. Man, it was
No,
100.
nobody got the speed
No.
ticket in
Nope.
LA.
No.
I was very confident in saying
Now,
that.
fair warning to you, you definitely can't, they will get you for being on your phone.
Oh,
in LA.
exactly. Like if they catch you on a camera when on the pool, what is that called?
Traffic light?
No, it's the, what is that called? The
Tolls.
express.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
express
yeah. Oh, yeah.
lane, and they always have the camera. And if they catch you holding the phone when you're driving,
Yeah, it's a rule in California that you are legally not allowed to be on your phone. Whereas, like here in Wichita, they're like, slap on the wrist. In California, it is like, you will go to jail.
oh, what am I talking about?
Go to
He from Riverside.
Yeah, I'm from California.
Hey,
There is California boy right here.
I'll be in California when this is airing.
call me Clayton.
Hey, yo.
So are you gonna move there?
I'm probably honestly the one in my family who will be the one who moves back. My mom and dad, they love it here in Wichita. My brother, Will, he's in Memphis for school right now. My other brother, Luke, he goes to school in South Dakota. My sister, Emma, we're not sure where she'll go yet. But in all honesty, I'll probably be the one who goes back, whether it's for filmmaking or anything. But at the same time, like for filmmaking, Atlanta, Georgia is like the place to be right now.
Atlanta, okay.
For that. So
that's awesome.
it's kind of up in the air as to where that'll be.
Yeah.
But
That's an opportunity. You should take that. And
But I could see myself kind of moving back, because I mean, I tell people I was born and raised in California, even though I moved to Wichita in like 2008. So in reality, I've been here in Wichita longer than I ever was in California. But I like to think that I was,
Yeah, I mean, 10 years, that's quite some time. That's your whole childhood. Like,
pretty much, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, you get it, Humza.
yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So let's talk about your next single releasing for Humanity. Which one's that one going to be?
That is gonna be Stay and Say. One of the songs that my favorite song ever that I work with Joe Hagen, Josue
Hagen's great.
Estrada,
Yeah.
Sage Jett, Ronnie Launder, and many artists in this song. And the theme of this song is a James Bond movie. Nice. So the one thing I want to talk about is about Humanity music type is I love to take movie theme in the whole album. So it's more like Avatar, it's more like James Bond's movie, it's more like Harry Potter. That kind of environment is kind of like.
What's your
music.
favorite movie?
My favorite movie. Why you ask me that question?
Because movies an inspiration for music.
What's your favorite genre of movie? Do you have a favorite genre? And then maybe we can narrow it down.
I like something scary. I don't like something scary. I like something like, okay, for example, Stranger Things.
You
For
like Stranger
example,
Things?
Harry Potter. For example, a locker key from Netflix. So it's more like witches.
I remember
Magic.
we were getting ready for the promotion for TVMA's A24 festival
Oh, yeah.
to do the video. And he was talking about how he wanted a bunch of people to show up in looks of characters from A24. You had no idea what A24 was. You're like, I've only seen Harry Potter. And we had to like give you a list. And I've never seen any of these movies before.
I feel so dumb in that chat because he say A24 and I say, what is A24? I don't even care. I just, okay, let's just say A24. And so, all I like is Harry Potter. And I was like, I feel like I'm awkward here because nobody answer. And then I finally go watch Everything
Everywhere All at Once.
Yes.
Great
That's my
movie.
first A24 movie. And
Honestly,
I was like,
best one you could start with. It's one of the best A24 movies.
and I was, oh my God, it's talking about my culture. Oh my God, it's talking about how beautiful is people, Asian culture in America. And this is what I want to see. This is what I want to learn. This is what I want to hear. And I that's why I'm wearing the red dress on that.
That was the
day
inspiration?
by Joy.
Yes.
By Joy.
I can't believe that I didn't realize that.
Everybody asks who you are look like on 24 and I think it's Paris Jane or Alex. She was like, that's Joy from the movie just came out. I said, oh yeah, I wearing that, but I not on purpose. So.
I want to go on a bit of a tangent here. I want to talk about like your relationships with other Wichita artists. Like talk about your relationship with other artists. You can be whoever. Just talk about that a little bit.
It's a lot of friends and the most, I don't know. I mean, I may offend some people if I say the most, good friend. But I have a whole group like Maddie Laughter. She's one of my backup singer, and she's one of my good friends that I can share everything with her. Keel, for sure. I always support her. Love you, Keel. TVMA, of course. Like, see, I just have a name on it, but everybody in town can be my friends. It's just
Absolutely.
I don't know. Yeah, everybody.
What are you gonna miss the most, do you think, about Wichita? Before you leave.
I think it's the audience. I think it's the human in here. Yes, sometimes they are very funny of like, okay, work with them and they can be like flaky. They can be like hiding from no corner show and stuff like that. I hate that. But to be honest, they are the most sweetest people in the world that I know. The reason I say that is one of my friends, they always support me. They always out there support me. Even we don't talk every day. Like Keel, like we are talking, we are chatting a lot, but we did not like all hang out or spend time together or stuff like that. But I think that's the most I miss, friendship and people who live here. And of course my audience, they support me a lot.
Did you think America in general would be like this? Like Wichita would be like this before you moved?
No.
What were your thoughts about it before?
I think they are. I'm not allowed to say that.
Say it.
I have to
Say
find
it.
a word.
Say it.
We can edit it out if it's bad.
It's fake.
100%.
Yep.
100%.
Well, it's because of like that's true because they can say hi, how are you, and the next day they don't know who you are.
Yep.
Which in Vietnam they don't like that. What they do is, if they see you, what they do is they just bow and go, which means
do they
hi.
tell it as it is?
Oh hi, that's fine.
Yeah.
But when you say, hey, how are you? And when you start to say conversation, when you meet them, you know who they are. And you are a real person. But in here, in America, I didn't experience that. I can see one person and say hi to that person. But the next day they see me in a coffee shop, they don't know who I am.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Because like hey, how are you doing? Here, normally someone would just say, I'm doing
okay.
good. Yeah.
And then, okay, bye.
Would that be like a bow in Vietnam? Just like, Hello, goodbye.
Yeah, okay, bye. Because I see you, it's not mean I know you. That's cool. But when we start, the key is when we start to conversation and talk to somebody about something, it's mean okay that person is meaning something in your life, and I don't found that here. So I mean that's kind of like a culture shock that I need to learn first thing in.
My dad is from Morocco, and in Morocco, family plays a big part in the whole life of a person. Is it like that in Vietnam as well?
What is that? The culture?
Yeah, like the culture is very family oriented in Morocco.
Exactly.
Is it like that in Vietnam as well?
Exactly. So friends, the word friends in Vietnam is like family. It's close to family.
Yeah.
I maybe just share this a little bit on the camera. I've been through a lot, and I've been hurt a lot, being friend with the wrong person, not just here in America, but also back in my hometown. I just have a lot of breakup with my friends and stuff like that. It just really like their mind is so like. For example, this is what happened. So he and I was really good friend. I'm not talking his name, but we are good friend. But since the event upcoming, like we're sharing, we do music together and stuff like that. But when the event coming out, his birthday, there is no invitation. There is no asking for anything that I not exist in his life. And so I feel like that's actually pain, actually hurt me because I thought we was friend. You know? And that's this very fake where in Vietnam they're not like that. When you say, oh, I'm your friend, oh, we do music together, this is what it is. And then after that, okay, hey, I have a show, can you come? You can say no, but at least you're asking because you care of they are exist in your life.
Right.
Yeah.
And in here I experienced that one time, and it's pain. It's pain.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else that you want to talk about before we
Did we talk about it, the song Stay and Say coming out?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Well, everyone.
I have a personal question. What's your favorite song off the album?
My it's the same question. Like, what is the best movie that we watch? Okay, let me think. My favorite song of the album.
He's stalling.
Is I think it's Hope.
Okay.
I call Hui, Joe Hagen, and Ryan is thinking that song is more like Freddie Mercury masterpiece because that song is everything, guys. We doing that song over 6 months just for that song. We're stuck. We don't know what to do. We don't know what is coming up next. But that song is actually giving, like the best song of the album. The best composing song for the album is Stay and Say because of the instrument that playing in the song and also like music and everything. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I think the best to answer that songs would be Hope. Composing arrange would be Stay and Say.
Where can people find streaming for
Humanity?
Humanity?
God, thank you for asking me that question, although I'm gonna forget. To streaming my music, you can also go to lekhoamusic.com. It's LEKHOA music.com to see my Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify, iTunes. You can actually find it on all of the social media platform that you can see on Google.
Perfect. And then where can people find where to buy the CDs and the vinyls?
Yes, the CD is on the email list of lekhoamusic.com. Then you can go in there and then put your email on and then type in how many CD that you need. We ship it to your house in front of your door. So,
awesome. Your door. Lê Khoa's going to find out where you live.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to ship it.
And he's going to tell me, and then I'm going to come to your house.
It's going to be a hot guy in USPS department. So it's not.
Or Amazon, because Amazon is
Oh,
better.
yeah. Or Amazon. What am I talking about? Like Prime. Let's do that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, Lê Khoa, thank you so much for coming on the SYMPcast with us today. It's been a lot of fun learning. I mean, we've talked a lot. I've gotten to know you pretty well, but I feel like I've gotten to know you a lot more through just sitting down and doing this. So thank you so much for coming on and sitting with us. Everyone, find Humanity streaming. physical, everywhere. Go listen to Lê Khoa. Go follow Lê Khoa on everything. Go follow us on everything. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jack Clayton. Humza Haroual behind the camera.
Yep.
This has been the SYMPcast. Thanks for watching, everyone.